There's no denying Kelsey Plum is a dog, a Husky to be exact. You know her today as a 4-time All-Star and 2-time champion, but before the W, she was the biggest star in women's college hoops. In her senior campaign, she was a record-breaking machine who scored like nobody had in a quarter century. This episode of Wooden Award Spotlight is presented by Principal. KP comes from a family of athletes. Her dad was a quarterback at San Diego State, and her mom and sisters all played volleyball in college, but she branched out and pursued basketball. Good call. She followed up a state championship in 2012 by winning California's Miss Basketball in 2013, despite seeing constant double and triple teams. She was recruited by traditional West Coast powers like Cal and Gonzaga, but chose the University of Washington, looking to have an immediate impact and playing time as a freshman. The Huskies hadn't been to the NCAA tournament since 2007, hadn't played for the Pac-12 title since 2001, and had never produced an All-American. But the idea of building up a program appealed to Kelsey, and the risk of choosing Washington paid off right away.
I did get a lot of backlash and heat for choosing Washington, especially because they weren't top of the pack or they hadn't been in the tournament in like 10 years. I wanted to do something different. Most players, they don't take a chance, and I just said, you know what, why not?
She played more minutes, 37.3, than any freshman in school history, and did a lot with them. Kelsey was named a team captain and averaged 20.9 points per game in her first season. The Huskies showed signs of improving, even beating third-ranked Stanford to snap the Cardinals' 62-game road conference winning streak. The Huskies beat their highest-ranked opponent since 1990, thanks to Kelsey's 23 points. By the end of the season, it wasn't just school records Kelsey was breaking, but rather the Pac-12 freshman record for points in a season with 712. Despite standing just 5'8", Kelsey became the conference's best scorer as a sophomore, putting up 22.6 points per game. What set Kelsey apart from the jump was her ability to draw fouls, and she made opponents pay at the stripe by hitting 88% for her career. The Huskies finally returned to the NCAA tournament, but lost in the first round to Miami. Kelsey's junior year is when things start to get extraordinary. She scored 25.9 points per game, again leading the conference and ranking third in the nation. She reached 2,000 points faster than all but 6 players in NCAA history to that point. She scored at least 14 points in all 37 games she played and reached 30 points 10 times. Now success had arrived for the Huskies as a unit. Kelsey led her team with no other future WNBA players to Washington's first ever Final Four. These big tournament games were no guarantee when she committed, but she believed she could help bring the program there and did so in style, averaging 26 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals through the Elite Eight. It was a magical Cinderella run for the 7-seeded Huskies that ended in a loss to Syracuse. That was the peak of Washington's success as a team, but Kelsey was about to embark on one of the greatest individual seasons the sport has ever seen. On December 11th against Boise State, Kelsey passed Chiney Ogwumike to become the Pac-12's all-time leading scorer, men's or women's.
She has just become the all-time leading scorer in the Pac-12 conference. 2,739 points now as she makes both free throws.
She finished the game with 44 points, which she appropriately scored exactly 4 times in a game that season. On January 13th against Arizona, she reached the 3,000 career points milestone. No other player in Pac-12 history has totaled 3,000 points. Only 12 women in NCAA history did it before KP. The Huskies got as high as number 7 in the country that year as Kelsey charted a course up the all-time scoring list and became a SportsCenter mainstay. Washington suffered a close loss to Stanford to end January, but still sat at 20-3. The bounce back was immediate. Heading into her senior night game against Utah, Kelsey was 54 points shy of then leading scorer Jackie Stiles. In one of the best performances in women's college basketball history, Kelsey went 19 of 28 from the floor, 6 of 11 from 3, and 13 for 16 from the foul line. That added up to 57 points to break the career scoring record, good for the third highest single-game scoring total ever at the time.
Plum. Your new NCAA scoring champion with the game of her life and one for the ages.
After that stellar performance, Kelsey sat at 3,397 career points. Only one person, man or woman, sat ahead of her in all-time scoring. The legendary Pistol Pete Maravich and his 3,667 points. With 7 regular season games left, if the Huskies had deep enough runs in the Pac-12 tournament and NCAA tournament, there was a good chance she could make up the 270-point gap. Freshman Sabrina Ionescu and Oregon had other ideas, sending Washington packing in a dramatic quarterfinal upset in the Pac-12 tournament. KP was cooking in the NCAA tourney, averaging 32 points and 6 assists. But the Huskies ran into eventual runners-up Mississippi State in the Sweet 16 and went home. When all was said and done, Kelsey Plum finished her collegiate career with 3,527 points, still good for fourth most all-time, men's or women's. In 4 years, she made the Washington program a regular NCAA tournament challenger. She piloted a Final Four run and broke a bunch of records, including the NCAA single-season scoring record as a senior, since surpassed by Caitlin Clark. Remember what we said about Washington having never produced an All-American in women's basketball? Kelsey changed that too, becoming a unanimous first-teamer in 2017 after a third-team finish in 2016. 31.7 points per game plus a program record 29 wins made her a no-brainer for the Wooden Award, despite a who's who of finalists. Asia Wilson at South Carolina, Nafisa Collier and Katie Lou Samuelson at UConn, and Kelsey Mitchell at Ohio State. Just a few days after winning the Wooden Award, Kelsey was selected first overall in the 2017 WNBA draft by the San Antonio Stars, who became the Las Vegas Aces a season later. She won back-to-back championships with the Aces, finishing third in MVP voting in 2022 before being traded to the Los Angeles Sparks. In her first game with LA, the veteran showed her scoring chops have aged gracefully, dropping 37 points, the most ever in a WNBA team debut. Plum Dog is a certified Washington legend, watching her jersey rise to the rafters in 2025. Her senior season was a magical mix of flawless scoring, determination, and leadership. She helped bring women's college basketball into a brighter spotlight and left no question that she wasn't just the best player in the country, but one of the best players ever. This episode of Wooden Award Spotlight is presented by Principal, proud sponsor of the 2026 John R. Wooden Player of the Year.